Hi everybody, welcome to St. Augustine Part 2. Today you will get to see the rest of this amazing city. Alright guys, we are at Castillo de San Marcos. This is one of our national park stops and they do have a stamp. Alright, I just want to take a moment to remind you guys that this is all coquina. That means that this is sand and shell and rocks and creatures that were put into blocks and left out in the sun to cure, making it harder than concrete.
It took 3 years.
That's what I was fixing to say. It took 3 years for those to cure. Now keep in mind, I think it took 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, to complete this fort. Now, one of the things that they were telling us on the little tour we just did is that they would shoot the cannons at these walls and they would bounce off. And so then they would collect the balls and shoot them back at the people who originally shot them. Original recycling. All right, so this is the inside of the Castillo de San Marcos. Oh, Dana, there's something new.
We gotta go to the theater.
You guys want to know what's new? There's a video. You know how my wife feels about videos. Same way I feel about getting a little stampy stamp.
The videos tell you everything you want to know.
They do. They do. All right, we're going to go watch a video and then I'm going to give you guys a quick tour. And then we're going to head out of here and go find something to eat, probably.
It's smaller on the inside than I remember.
It is smaller. Several of the other ones we've done. Which one?
Not the wooden one, but the one before.
Give me a minute. Pulaski. Fort Pulaski. It does, and we've been to so many. This would be the chapel. Folks would have come in and dipped their hands in holy water there and had service and blessings over here. Something remarkable is how cool it is inside of here. It's much cooler than out there. So this would have been the powder magazine room. You can see it's pretty small. There's a little door where they could have accessed it. When we were here last time, you could actually still see the idea of the way this worked, but basically there was a line of seats that you would sit in, do your business, and when the tide would come in, it would take that waste and wash it back out to sea. Very environmentally friendly, huh? This is the best we had back then. There was no treatment facilities. Nice wide staircase. All right, it's hot, and we're doing this just for you guys, just so you know. Dana's got the backpack on because I was getting whiny. So, first of all, look. There's a ship going through the bridge. Welcome to the bay. This is where all of our previous people who lived here's poo-poo went.
If you look at the wall over there, you can see where cannonballs hit.
Oh, you sure can't look at that, guys.
That way we don't have to walk down there. It's hot.
It is hot. See all those cannonballs? They would just bounce off after they would hit. And then they would fall on the ground and they would recover them and fire them back. And each of those pedestals would have held a cannon. Where you see that half moon shape in the ground had a cannon. This is also supposed to be a haunted place. When we did our haunted tour here before we came here, Dana pointed out the oven down there. That's probably where most of the cooking took place because you didn't want to cook inside your fort with your magazine. Oh look, they're going to close the bridge. You guys are going to get to see it. It ain't fast, is it? Wonder how much each of those arms weigh. Alright, and it's back to being a road. On Saturdays and Sundays, they shoot those cannons over there off at noon. Something neat to experience. We got to see it when we were here last time. It's not Saturday or Sunday. I'll show you some of this too. There's the roof of the church that Flagler built. Really is a very pretty town. That's where they would have slept. Several of them to a row.
Yeah, this way. They showed.
They didn't have much stretch out space. And y'all,
They stretched out, they were short.
that ain't much padding either.
They changed the bottom.
Those guys have been everywhere. Those are called anoles. And they are everywhere here. Neat old brick street. This is the historic Columbia House, and it happens to be where we're going to eat dinner today. I'm so excited to try this food. Dana found a rock. That's awesome. We're going to rehide it. Some people do tableside salad. We do tableside mojitos.
Good choice. Now, a lot of muddling.
Look at all that mint, guys. Doesn't that look good? That looks good.
And that should do it.
Living the rough life in St. Augustine. Okay, how's the drink?
It is a Cuban mojito that was made tableside with a whole bottle of rum.
So Dana was just reminiscing. She said she remembers the very first time we ever spent more than $100 on a meal. We were driving a semi-truck and we were in Miami and we stopped at a restaurant called Mojitos.
Yes, that's what it was called.
And we got a platter. What all was on the platter?
Everything. I think the whole ocean.
It had fish and shrimp and
Mussels.
calamari and plantains. And
This big and piled.
it was huge. There was so much food. And we had at least 2 mojitos there because we'd never had a mojito before.
That was the first time we ever had a mojito.
Yeah, it was an amazing dinner. Now, that's been a long time ago, so you got to remember $100 back then was like probably $200 now. We're about to drop probably $100 on this meal, and we're not even eating that much seafood. But we got an entire pitcher of mojitos to make us not care.
Cut baby Swiss and ham, Spanish green olives, manzanillas, iceberg lettuce, and beefsteak tomatoes. So I'll go ahead and make the dressing. So there's juice from lemon. Make sure I get the seeds. The dressing itself, there's minced garlic in there, salt, pepper, oregano, white wine vinegar, olive oil.
Yum.
And a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
Yum.
Finally, the grated Romano cheese. And that's it.
If it's half as good as the mojito, we're in for a treat.
Pretty well mixed.
Delicious. I asked Dana for a bite of pie, you guys, and this is
For
seriously
another
what
bite.
she's-
This is
another
her
bite.
second bite.
This is what she's offering me. Dana wants you guys to know that I'm a lush, and I drank like almost a whole pitcher of mojitos myself.
I had maybe one glass.
It turned her cheeks pink.
That's enough. She took my whole glass.
I did.
My whole second glass.
But she's
She
getting
gets
most of the
booze,
pie.
I get the pie.
That's it. She gets the pie.
Probably one of the best.
It's good.
Because you know you have to go around and taste the things you like in other places. And also, this is the proper color of a key lime pie. Were you not recording? Look, I got my Doug brows going. They should not be green. They should be yellow.
See those pink cheeks? She only needed one mojito.
I'm a cheap date.
See how those eyes sparkle? She only needed one. She's a cheap date, cheaper than me.
I'm the cheapo depot. I don't even need alcohol for a
I
date.
love the Dollar Tree. As you can tell, there's lots of places with live music. Lots of places to eat. We are on what's called St. George Street. There they are. They weren't in the movie. That's where they are. This is the Ever After. So this is St. George Street. This is a pedestrian-only street that is absolutely just chock full of little ice cream shops, candy shops, places to taste booze, food. We're hoping that down here we will be able to find some soap that we fell in love with many years ago. Yeah, we don't want to die by doing that. And man, guys, we got another whole entire freaking meal from dinner. I'm so excited. It was so good. So do you guys remember earlier when we saw the colonial quarters? Okay, well, just for perspective, when Dana and I came in 2011, this was the colonial quarters, like all of it. And now they have a whole nother area for people. This is a Greek Orthodox shrine. This guy weighs 180 pounds and is only a couple years old. He's a Newfoundland. I think I found your new breed. This is the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States. Or in St. Augustine, Florida. Sorry, my bad. We have stopped into City Gate Distillery, and as you can see, they make a wide variety of yumminess, and we are going to get to try some of them while we're here today. Let's see which one we like best. Which one do you guys think we'll like best? Salted caramel whiskey sounds good, doesn't it? Oh, so does smoked maple whiskey. They got rums, whiskeys, all kinds of good stuff. Let's see what we like. Look how red her cheeks are now.
She done filled me full of booze.
We had 10 shots at that distillery. Whiskey,
First I'm walking.
rum, and moonshine, baby.
This is very good.
Oh yeah, that apple pie moonshine with the stuff that I can't even speak. Apple pie moonshine.
She drank most of the mojito.
And 10 shots. So apple pie moonshine with some kind of seasoning stuff that's in there that was good. It has been a wonderful day. Yesterday we relaxed and took it easy. Today we have kicked around St. Augustine all day long, seen the sights.
Barely touched
Oh yeah.
the tip of the iceberg.
No, seriously, you guys, when we came the first time, we spent over a week here doing stuff every single solitary day. I mean, it takes a lot of time and energy to do everything there is to do here. There's the Castillo de San Marcos. There is, okay, so over here, remember that cemetery? That's the Protestant cemetery. There's a whole story behind that, because if you were Catholic, you could be buried inside the walls, which are those two pillars right there. If you were not Catholic, you were not permitted to be buried inside these walls. So that's why the Protestant cemetery is right over there.
They would bury people on top of you.
Yes, they say, what was there, 110 grave sites in there, but they're like 25 people deep. So that's a trip. St. George Street is incredible. It is got lots of shops and food and chocolate and booze. And it is a pedestrian-only street. There is the Pirate Museum. There is the Henry Flagler building. There is that museum where all the pretty stuff is at that we talked about earlier. Leitner Museum, that's it. Guys, there's no shortage. There's Ripley's Believe It or Not. There's a wax museum. There are daytime trolleys. There are ghost tour trolleys. There is So much to do here. So anyways, if you guys ever get a chance to come here to St. Augustine, come hang out, spend some time, check it out. It's really, truly the oldest and most beautiful city we've ever visited. We love it here. They just said the King and Queen of Spain were here 9 years ago for the 450th anniversary, and they stood on the balcony of this house over here, which is the governor's house, and addressed the public. You can also take a pirate ship tour. This city has been burned down 9 times.
Number 15 is the marina stop. If you're taking any of the boat excursions, or if you'd like to get out, walk around the platform.
This location is haunted. This was the very first place, believe it or not, anywhere in the world.
And if you'll notice this log tree looking thing to our left-hand side, it's open to the public. You don't need a Ripley's ticket to go in. But some gentleman made something like a 4-room home out of that big empty log. And if you have a little extra time, it's a lot of fun to go inside and see what he did to that place.
Statue of David hidden behind that hedge. Anybody want to guess what that looks like? That tree is 650 years old. It's the oldest tree in St. Augustine, Florida. And it's huge. Look how big it is.
Well, you might also notice they have given this big guy a name too. The old senator. Well, they say that's because he's crooked and shady. It's true. But as we leave, folks, I'll go past slowly. I know a lot of people like to read this plaque and or take pictures of this very big guy. Alrighty.
This tree was 650 years old. That means it was here when Ponce de Leon landed here for the very first time. What a phenomenal tree. Beautiful. Look at the purple growing up in the middle of it. Just phenomenal. You know, Dana and I love us some old trees. All right, guys.
Well, the street we're turning left on is named Magnolia Avenue, but you're going to see that there are not any magnolia trees on this street any longer. That's because they were lost in a freeze in the late 1800s. So the city replanted all along this street these beautiful Florida live oaks, and this lovely canopy we see has been caused from the constant sea breeze always blowing in from the east. Folks, this street has been named one of the 10 most beautiful streets in the country by National Geographic magazine, and we'd like to agree with that statement.
There's no way for me to show you how beautiful the trees are.
Back to the old jail. The Fountain of Youth closes their front gates and they make us come in the back way after 5 o'clock. This is the oldest attraction in the state of Florida. It's a 15-acre working archaeological
Oldest attraction in the state of Florida. This is the Fountain of Youth. It tastes absolutely horrendous. Tons of sulfur in it. He's lying. But this was a big draw for people back in the day because they really truly believed that this water would give you youth and bring you back to vitality.
Kind of pretty and decorative, but it was not built for that reason whatsoever. It was built as a defensive reason by
Oyster shells.
The Indians. They came up with this mixture. It's called tabby or tabia. They knew that if anybody tried to scale a wall made out of this material, number one, 9 times out of 10, you would have received a terrible cut. Number two, these oyster shells happen to hold a nasty bacteria in them. You would have been sick for days if you had gotten cut by one of these babies. So they knew what they were doing for those defensive reasons back in the day.
Canopy of trees. We have eaten like Spanish conquistadors, and we have drank like pirates, and now it is time to go sleep like modern day Americans. Should mention it's hot here in Florida in September. Hot. Everything about it's hot. It's 90 degrees hot. Say what?
I said I'm done. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me.
Are you hot? Are you sticky?
I'm gross.
Time to go back to the campground, and then I'm thinking of rinse off tonight at bedtime.
I'm thinking so too. I feel gross.
Yeah. Sticky. So hot, sticky, sweet. From her head to her feet. Hey.
You guys see what I gotta put up with? Let's go.
Okay.
I hope you guys enjoyed St. Augustine as much as we did. You guys take care of each other, and we'll see you down the road on our next big adventure.